How's it going, everyone? Today I'm doing something a little bit different, and I am reviewing shoes and not mountain bike shoes because this is a mountain bike channel. I am reviewing some hiking shoes, and that's because I'm sure all of you mountain bikers out there enjoy the outdoors just as much as I do. So sometimes that includes going for hikes with your wife.
My wife and I recently took a trip out to Washington to explore the Olympic Peninsula for our 10th wedding anniversary. Knowing the trip was coming up, I wanted to snag a new pair of shoes to test my feet in because I knew it would be laying down the miles on all sorts of weird terrain. I used the opportunity to gather some final thoughts and opinions on two of Amazon's most popular hiking shoes. To give more backstory, I'm a welder by trade and I stand on concrete all day. So my knees hurt, my back hurts, and skate shoes probably aren't the best move as my go-to shoes anymore. I was in search of a nice light hiking shoe that I could comfortably wear every day outside of work. If you want to check out these shoes a little more, I included affiliate links in the description below. Clicking those links, liking this video, and subscribing to our channel helps out a lot, and we really appreciate it.
Okay, so right here we have the Adidas Terrex AX3, and then this is covered in dog hair. These are the Columbia Fairbanks low. They're the low because there's three different sizes. There's a mid and a high, but I was looking for a low shoe. And both of these are both good hiking shoes, okay? But there's some differences here. I'm gonna tell you guys right off the bat that I prefer the Columbia. So if it feels like I'm biased towards that shoe, that is why. So getting into the Terrex, this is also a low shoe. It has continental rubber for the sole. They're very nice. These get tons of traction in all conditions, in wet and dry. Very impressive sole. I will say, I said I prefer these. I think if you're doing lots of hiking in different conditions, these probably are better. So this is a pretty comfortable shoe. There is more padding than the Columbia. That doesn't necessarily make it more comfortable, but I found it to be a relatively comfortable shoe. It's pretty wide in the front, which I prefer. There's lots of protection around the heel, around the toe cap. Obviously not lots of ankle protection because this is a low shoe. I believe there is a mid that looks pretty cool. Where I did not get along with this shoe is that it feels like my heel is higher off the ground. And I was noticing that actually hurt my knees really, really bad. To the point where I was like going periods, like wearing these for a week and then not wearing them for a week. And I would instantly notice my knees would feel much better when I wasn't wearing these shoes. And that really sucked because I like these shoes. As you can see, I put a different insole in there even to try and combat some of the discomfort that I was feeling. And that made me do some other research. So right here, I have a minimalist shoe. These are actually cheap Amazon shoes, and they're also covered in dog hair because I have a German Shepherd who sheds everywhere. But these are amazing shoes. I paid $40 for these. I never got into the minimalist thing, but I've had several friends that have and said I have to try them, and it just doesn't seem like the move for somebody who has knee problems. Well, I'm going to tell you, these shoes are probably some of the best my feet and my knees have ever felt. The reason being is something called zero drop, which means my heel is basically flat. My heel is flat all the way to my toes, so my foot sits very close to the ground, and that made a big difference over these shoes. So this completely minimalist shoe felt much better than this. But obviously this is a better hiking shoe as far as grip goes. So onto the Columbia shoe. I really love this shoe. It fits incredible. It's a little bit wider of a toe box, which I really like. It's very lightweight. It's breathable. The sole is a very soft compound rubber, and it gets very good traction. I would say when it's dry. When it's a little bit wet, it's not as good as the Adidas. These shoes held up really great when my wife and I were out in Washington. But overall, between the two, I take this one every time. Quality seems really good. I know it has a lot of these little frills. People pointed that out. It doesn't really bother me. I guess I can just clean those up myself. But it's a very soft, comfortable shoe. My heel sits flatter than in the Adidas, which was my big problem, it seems like. They've held up great. I put these through some serious abuse when we were out in Washington. I would say if you're doing tons of hiking, these aren't my gnarly hiking shoes. I actually have a pair of 510 shoes that just grip They're like goat shoes. I just walk up anything, any terrain, any condition. But for general hiking in dry weather, these were absolutely incredible. So anyways, clear winner for me, the Columbia Fairbanks Low. The Adidas are still good. Just probably maybe more or less a knee problem for me. I still wear these shoes in the yard, doing yard work and stuff. They get great grip, like I said. So if you guys have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.